In this lesson, we are going to talk about the vernier calipers. The vernier calipers is an instrument which is used to measure length. We have studied one other instrument for measurement of length, and this is the meter rule. We have already studied the meter rule, and we have seen that the meter rule is graduated in centimeters and millimeters. One very small division on the meter rule represents 0.1 of a centimeter. Now, when you look at the normal ruler, it is graduated like this. It is graduated in centimeters and millimeters. One very small division on the ruler represents 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeters. So, imagine dividing that 1 millimeter into 10 smaller divisions. You will agree with me that those smaller divisions may not be seen clearly. But the vernier calipers allows us to do that. So let us study the vernier calipers. So like I've already stated, this instrument is referred to as the vernier calipers. It is a more precise measuring instrument. That is, it allows us to read to very small fractions of a centimeter. So if you take 1 centimeter, you divide it by 10, you get 10 millimeters. Now, if you take 1 millimeter, divide it by 10, you will get 0.1 of a millimeter. Before we see how we can use the vernier calipers to measure length, let us study the various parts of the vernier calipers. To start with, this instrument is made of solid metal. And you can see it is polished to very high level of precision. So let's look at the various parts. So I can open this part here like that, and you can see one part of it slides. So this one is referred to as the sliding jaw. The sliding jaw, because it moves along that length. You can see when I push it forward and backwards, there is a jaw which is moving. So it is referred to as the sliding jaw. This is the sliding jaw. Of course, this jaw which does not move is referred to as the fixed jaw. There is a scale on the sliding jaw. This scale here, it is referred to as the vernier scale. Vernier scale. And there is another scale here, which is on the fixed jaw. It is referred to as the main scale. Main scale. Now, there are these two jaws here. This one and this one. They are referred to as external jaws. External jaws. And of course, these two jaws here, they are referred to as internal jaws. In the next clip, I'm going to show you how those jaws are used to measure the various dimensions of an object. So over here, I have a container, a plastic container. I might want to determine the external diameter of this container. I might also want to determine the internal diameter of the container. That is this internal diameter and the external diameter using the vernier calipers. Now, how do I do that? And this is how I go about it. So, to determine the external diameter, I'm going to open the external jaws like that until the container just fits into the external jaws. And then I'm going to slide the external jaws until they make contact with the external diameter like that. And over here, I can be able to determine the external diameter of that container. In order to determine the internal diameter, I'm going to use these internal jaws, and then I'm going to put the internal jaws into the container and then open the jaws like that until again they make contact with the inside part of the container. Over here, I'm determining the internal diameter of that container. Now, how about the depth of this container? You know, how deep it is from the surface, from here all the way to the bottom. Now, when you look at the vernier calipers, there is this part here. This part here. When we open the jaws, I'm going to open the jaws in such a way that here, now I'm opening the jaws. The moment I push this sliding jaw like that, you'll see that this bar also moves an equal length. This bar is the one which is used to determine how deep maybe that container is, the depth of the container. And let's do exactly that. So let me loosen that screw so that it can slide comfortably. And here we have it. So I'm going to put the edge of that vernier calipers against the edge of the container. Slide that bar by sliding the jaw until that straight part makes contact with the bottom of the container, like that. And then remove that bar. The length of this bar represents how deep the container is. And those are the three ways in which these vernier calipers can be used to determine or to take the various measurements. So the external jaws can be used to take external measurements, such as the external diameter of a container. The internal jaws are used to take internal measurements, such as the internal diameter of the same container or a pipe, for example. And then it can be used to measure the depth of a hole or the depth of a gap. Those are the three ways in which the vernier calipers can be used.